What's up, gentlemen? I am in my bathroom, so the echo is probably going to be horrible. But I received a question from our buddy Kurt, and Kurt wanted to know how to tie a Windsor knot. And I was like, there's so many videos online showing everybody how to tie a Windsor knot. And Windsor knot, for those of you who don't know, is the most symmetrical knot. It looks like a big triangle. Now, depending on how you tie it is really going to depend on how large that knot is. Some guys, especially with the skinny ties, aren't really down for the Windsor knot, going more for the 4-in-hand or the half Windsor, which is fine. But me personally, I always tie a full Windsor. I just feel that it's a little bit more substantial of a knot. I feel that it's a little bit more put together and a little bit more polished. I also am not a huge fan, for me, not for you, because I see them and I see guys looking great with the skinny ties. I go for pretty much the standard with tie. And for me, it's classic. It's going to be in style next year, 2 years from now. You really can't go wrong with this. But I understand the allure of the skinny tie. That being said, I went online and I was looking at different videos of Windsor knot tying and to show you guys or to post a link. And what I realized is that everybody that does a video is facing the camera, and so it's reverse as to how you would do it. And so, just like my bow tying video on YouTube, I thought that I would come in my bathroom and actually film myself doing it in the mirror. So you could watch it and it would be a mirror image, or it would actually be what you would see in the mirror when you're trying to tie a Windsor knot. So without any further ado, let's tie this bad boy. Alright, first things first. Button the collar all the way up, gonna pop it. Now, I feel that the full Windsor looks really great with the widespread, like the collar that I'm actually wearing. I feel that it's the only knot to wear with the widespread collar because it fills that gap in. So, what you're gonna do then, you're gonna take your necktie, you're going to place it over your neck. And what you're going to have is the long fat end on your left hand side. Okay, short little skinny end on the right. Let me zoom out for a second. Alright, so you've got short end on your right, you've got long end on your left. Now, before this video, I tried to come up with a system to say, okay, you need to just cross it at the third button, and then it doesn't work that way. If it works for me, it's not going to work for you because I'm shorter than you, or you're shorter than me, or you're taller. So it really just takes some practice and playing around. Eventually you'll get it, but the gauging and the adjustment for the length of the tie and the Windsor knot is the hardest part of this damn thing. But alright, so you've got the short end on your right, long end on your left. Let me resume. Alright, so once again, you've got the right side, the short end, left side, long end. Take the long end over top of the short end, hold it together. Then take the long end, loop it up and over top of the right part of the neck. Then you're going to loop it behind, up, and through, left with that. Then it's simple. Here we go. Over, hold it in place, up through, you've got a loop here, pull it down through, boom, knot all jacked up, adjust, pull it wide here, you might have to mess with that a little bit to get it nice and pretty, slide her up into place, adjust. 9 times out of 10 when you do this, the knot is not going to come out perfect. It just doesn't. You do have to fuss and mess with it to get a little bit more symmetrical, I find. Pop the collar down. Boop. My friends, it's that simple. Give it a try, go get a tie. And there it is, the full Windsor. As you can see, it fills the space of that wide spread. And, if you're wearing a standard point collar, which is going to be a little bit closer, not a little, a lot closer, you may want to go with the 4-in-hand. If you're wearing a skinny tie, you may want to go with the 4-in-hand. The 4-in-hand's a looser, less symmetrical knot. I personally don't care for them as much because I feel that the nice big, this isn't a huge knot. This is medium, I'd say, medium to large. But you can tie the Windsor knot bigger or smaller depending on how tight you yank down when you're actually performing and doing the knot. But it's a great knot. It says to the world that you pay attention, that you know how to tie a Windsor knot. A lot of people don't. You'd be surprised. My dad never taught me how to tie one. I had to sort of learn by myself. But hopefully that was some help, and I would go get a tie and give it a try if you want. And if not, no big deal, but it's an option.